Hey, it's MK and welcome back to the third layout of this workshop. I am having so much fun using up these papers and getting some photos scrapbooked, and it's super quick because everything was done ahead of time, and now all I have to do is decide which photos I want to go on the layout. So really quickly, I laid out all of the elements the way that they have been presented here, right there in the sketch, minus the stickers. There's some stickers that are not on here yet, and some chipboard. It's not chipboard. It's craft. Some craft elements that are not quite on this layout yet. Yeah. First thing, I have decided that I don't like this covering up all that part of the photo. So that's gone. And then these little bits were actually supposed to go down here, and all of this was supposed to be shifted up more, but I like them up here at first when I laid this down, and then I moved this to over here, so this will go now like so, which I kind of like it like that. I mean, every time I think of fall, I always think of falling leaves, and nothing should be straight with falling leaves because they don't fall in a straight line. And so I kind of liked, fiddle fart that around, now I liked that a lot better, switching the two titles around. Then I started looking at my photos. So the photos that I picked are us when we went hiking up in Lamoille. We have this really cool glacier made valley, and we quite often go camping, or it's not camping, hiking up there just to get some exercise. It's a 2-mile hike to get up to the lake, and all of these little bridges and things like that were created so we could make that hike by the it's not really park rangers, but it's it's volunteer. It's our it's our national forest, even though there's not a whole lot of trees and things. So clearly I have more photos on here than it's 4 photos and I have 6. And so what I thought about doing is, for one, when I have photos like this, I don't want to lose the aspect. I mean, I printed them large because it's just gorgeous. These these, especially like the scenery ones, they're just gorgeous. I don't plan on cutting any of these pictures down except for maybe trimming them down to put my photo mat on. So what am I going to do? How am I going to resolve this? Well, I know I want these two to be on a page, so I'm thinking, use my words, that I'm going to put those just like that. Now I don't really lose a whole lot over on this side with those photos. And then these ones, I thought about doing, stacking them on top and having flip-flaps and all that stuff, and I thought, no, I don't really want to do that. I want them all over this page. So I put this down here because it is a river, and I put this one up here because it has the sky the most, and I'm thinking about this one right here, but then that leaves this one right here. So already I'm taking away an element from this layout right yonder, so I can put that in there. I will not use that at all, but I do like the title, On This Fall Day and So Thankful, because we are thankful. We're thankful that this is only a 10-minute drive away, and we can go hiking and playing. I'm gonna go and do my thing with the photo mats and figure out how I really want all of this done, and I will be right back. Thanks. All right, so now the photo matting has been completed, and now I'm just going to clear off all of the elements that I had on all the pages, and I decided that I was going to ink the edges on a few pieces. I'm not going to do everything. I just felt like these tan pieces, they kind of have a leather feel to them, and I thought that if I gave them a inked edge or an inked border,
then they would actually, like, I don't know, have a more leather feel. So anyways, and when I ink my edges, I know I probably say this in all my videos, but I do not like inking over my project, because then when I go to swipe off all the little fuzzy bits that fall off of my sponges, it's not a pretty sight when they leave smear marks. I'm just telling you, it's bad. So yeah, I haven't done any research to see if they've changed that technology yet. I figured that I'll start doing the research once I run out of sponges and do it. I've seen a lot of other people coming out with like domed sponges and stuff, but I haven't heard the long-term use. If you continue to use them, do they still have the fuzzy coming off of them? I do not know. So I'm just going to place my photos back down so I can get a feel for what kind of elements I'm going to want. Because now, clearly on the right page, I definitely am going to take up a lot of space. So right here is the decision I made. I'm not going to use the hexagons, like, at all. I took them all off. They are gone. And right here, these white leaves, they almost look like wings. And when I put them next to that leaf, yeah, those look like wings. Please don't do that. And the banners just left too, because clearly I did not leave enough space on there. You know, I'm looking at this now, and that title page, when I put the little X's off to the side like that, it almost makes it look like it's a bound book. Kind of, sort of. I just thought about that. So without the hexagons on the left page, the left side of the left page actually kind of seems a little bare now. So once I'm done pulling out all of my elements, I will shift things around. I just need to get everything out first. Yeah, that's where I decide that it's kind of bare up there. So I'm pulling from my large cluster just a few little things, and I really don't like the white on white leaves, but I do. You know, I don't and I do. It's kind of weird. But I know that when I have that large cluster on the left page at the bottom, I know I don't want it to go along the brown edge. That is definitely not going to happen. So I took out all the gluing. I figured that everybody knows how to glue. I just use an ATG gun and go to town when it comes to laying everything down. And I decided that I wanted a dimension on this page. It was very, very flat. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop up this title card. And if I have dimension in one spot on my layout, I try to have dimension in at least 3 spots on my layout. It's just something that I like to do. And I put that cluster on the bottom of the right page only because the leather piece, if I would have known I was going to cover up, 95% of it, I probably would have cut it in half and had it run down the bottom. But now I need to come up with a new way to cover up the fact that that brown piece doesn't go all the way down. And here I'm just removing the sticky bit off of the sticky part off of the large yellow leaf. I was giggling because I'm actually using my hands to talk, and you guys can't see me pointing to what it is that I'm talking about. I'm pointing to the large yellow leaf and what I'm doing, and I'm actually doing the powder motion, and you guys can't see that, and so I just giggled to myself really quick. I apologize. So on these leaves, I've done this on almost all of the layouts so far. I glue the base of the leaf down, so the stem of the leaf down, and then what I'm doing is using my pop dots or my dimensionals and popping up the ends of them, the tips of them. And I really like the dimension that adds. It's very subtle, and it just makes it look like the leaves are stacked on top. And the sun decides that it wants to come out now. Go away. So So just playing with this little cluster in the bottom right. I found this date sticker just to help fill in that little corner there. Like I said, I'm just trying to hide the fact that the brown didn't go all the way down. And in reality, you can see that brown, the leather, it's like a leather strap almost. You can kind of see it quite clearly that it goes down. So I'm just trying to make it look cohesive, I guess is the right word. So now I'm finishing off my title, and I know how I want parts of my title to go. So it says, on this fall day, and then so thankful. And I know I talked about that in the intro. But see how the leaves kind of want to follow the line of the brown leather piece? I don't want that. I kind of want them to, be on their own. Don't follow the rules. So just by taking that large, what is it, like a 5-leaf cluster and pushing it away from the edge of the faux leather bit, it kind of helped. It definitely made me more happy how it looks. So now I don't feel like it's going along with the edge, but I do like how it turned out. Really like, I took off a lot of elements at the that were on the layout at the beginning of the video. I did end up taking off a ton of those elements. But that's okay. I think they do get used in another layout. So, and this cluster here, this one's going to definitely kick my butt because I just can't. I want it. I can picture it how I want it to go. But the fact that the yellow leaf and the orange leaf are the same, it kind of, it's too asymmetrical for me, I guess is what I'm feeling. So yeah, I'm staring at it. Just, do I like it? Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Done and over with. There you go. And I'm the only one that's probably going to notice that, hey, that's pretty asymmetrical. I'm probably going to be the only one that notices that, but that's okay. That is all right. So what I did was I cut out, there's a bunch of those stickers on my sticker sheet that had acorns on them, and they were just circles. So I cut them out of their circles, and just that way I had an acorn shape. And there's one attached to that leaf because it just looked weird. This one is like a pine cone. And so I left it in a circle because I did the same thing on the other page. And then I was trying to add this acorn to the other page so it kind of looked, but both acorns ended up in that corner up there. And that'll do it. That is my layout. I hope you guys liked it. This is layout number 3 out of Kelly's kit of 7. Here are some close-ups. I couldn't really get the dimension on those leaves that I was looking for. I really, really wanted you guys to see, kind of how gluing down the stem and popping up the leaves really do make it. But I still enjoyed it. I still really liked how it turned out, and I hope you did too. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks.